What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Virgo, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why, Virgo, because it is your weekly spread. I think yours might have had the most energy. Sidebar, I've been letting everyone know that, I think it's just going to be like a thing. I feel like I have tea every week for you, Virgo. Just behind the scenes stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for this, weekly openers. The Celestial News one is pretty much locked in, but this weekly spread is just I might need to get some, confetti, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I could do a firework. Oh, I don't know about fireworks. So let me tone it down, Virgo. Let's talk about you, Virgo. Because with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages here for you. And then, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave all the shenanigans with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Virgo. So Virgo, I'm going to pull some oracle cards, a few oracle cards from this deck, and then we'll get some tarot to clarify on the mix here. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then in case if you all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Virgo. Oh, all right, Virgo. Well, an interesting start here, because you have the 5th card of Aquarius here, which is the Pillory card. And with this card, this is a card of open dishonor, humiliation, finding fault, punishment, abusive, shutdown, caught, public ridicule and mockery, nowhere to run, censure, serving time, and vulnerable. And Virgo, I more so feel like with this, just thinking with your energy, because Virgo energy has that the generalization is of being overly critical. One, sure, of others, but I feel like if you're Virgos, I see how Virgos can break down other people, so it's imagining what that's like in your world. It's got to be. I remember watching what was it? Someone showed me a TikTok or something like that, where it's this Virgo. She was you got to bring I'm paraphrasing. It's you got to step your insult game up, because what you've just told me, I've told myself 10 times over, and it's just you got to do better. But we want to be mindful of that sort of talk with ourselves, Virgo, when it comes to being overly critical of ourselves and asking a lot of yourself, because I feel like Virgos, you're not critical of yourselves because you just want to be mean, or for meanness sakes. It's just that because you know what you can bring, you know your potential. Virgo, when you think about Virgo as the Virgin, they're trying to bring purification. They're it's perfection in the sense that they're trying to filter out all of the things that are lowering your vibration. So, but this can be a thing too, Virgo, when we get overly critical, when we're really harsh on ourselves and bring ourselves down. That's something we want to be mindful of, because that's going to affect your manifestation, your self-esteem, your general, your health overall. And it's just you start a problem there, and then it's going to just domino effects. So, and Virgo, because yours is a sign, I know your intentions are well, but there are sometimes, Virgo, you can wear people out if you're not careful. Coming in because it is a gift to be able to look at a person as just okay, so if we were just to kind of work on blah 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 done. That's amazing, but it's just it's how it's delivered is one of those things we want to be mindful of. Whereas because not everyone might not want to may not be in a place to face all of that stuff at once, Virgo, because I hope that makes sense, because it's not to say that your heart is not in the right place, not at all, but it's just more so, is the person receptive to your critiques? And if not, that's fine. Then you know what? Let them be. When they're ready, they'll come to you, Virgo. That's perfect time. Channel your energy elsewhere, either back here or, maybe to some others who are willing to listen. But I will say also with this card, just being mindful of just how you're presenting yourself in public. Not to say, and that's not to say that like you're faking it or anything along those lines. The example that I think about with this is like, how when you have like an office party and, it's like free booze and everybody's like, hey, woo! Well, that one person that might went a little overboard and then the next day the whole office knows their business, that type of stuff, Virgo. Just being mindful of, just of how we're presenting ourselves. Because listen, we can't, how people view us. I mean, that's one thing, we can have the greatest first impression, but you know what I mean? But it's different. What I'm trying to talk about is like just in that type of realm, Virgo. So, because it doesn't matter whether you're in the spotlight or not. We just want to be mindful of our appearance in general. But let's get some tarot and get some details on the mix here. Oh, not giving that one? Okay. All right, Virgo, let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. Okay, Virgo, so you have the Six of Wands and then you have the Six of Swords, and both in reverse here. And you know what, Virgo? I feel like that sometimes with the Six of Swords, or excuse me, well, we're going to talk about that in a second. Sometimes with the Six of Wands, when we're thinking about getting to that, when we're working on ourselves and we're trying to get to that win or get to that best version of ourselves, maybe we're, if we're working on, this could be a number of things. Maybe if we're working on like our health routine or maybe like our mental health or something. I feel like that sometimes we can get, while we're on that journey, especially with like social media and things, because, Aquarius, that their energies can deal with networking, social media, and anything along networking in general. But sometimes when we look at others and see them achieving, we can get to this place where we're harsh on ourselves and we wonder, how come I'm not that far? What am I not doing? How can I, and then we get in, then you get in that spiral, and then it's game over from there. Then we're stuck. But the thing, Virgo, I feel like, when we're thinking about this journey, and especially when it comes to like comparing others, it's, when you think about seeing when you see people post this stuff, we're getting our snapshots of their best. We didn't see them when they were in pillory, when they doubted themselves, when they were being abusive, or maybe someone was shutting them down, telling them that they can't do this stuff. When it comes to getting to these victories, we just have to appreciate the little wins along the way. It's like where I may not be where I want to be at this moment. What steps I'm closer than I was yesterday, so that's a total win. And I feel like when we start maybe thinking like in that type of direction, that can help you move forward into this growth, into that next version or that next chapter of wherever you're trying to get at in life, Virgo. But really, when we're thinking about this journey, it's just being mindful of that. Sometimes it can be a slow burn, to get to that big win, but it's those little wins. And really the fact that you showed up each day and that you were trying to get to this thing that's a win in itself, Virgo. And you just celebrate those enough, that's going to get you feeling where the Six of Wands is in, where we get to like Six of Wands upright, we start getting like Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, those type of accomplishments. So, but another thing I feel like, Virgo, something to think about with this. If we do find ourselves, not getting to, if we're not happy with where things are at in life right now, if we've been working on this journey, but there's something that we still can't, there's something, then we need to really pause and meditate, really think about this stuff, because this is Mercury in Aquarius here. And this might be something too, while you're thinking about these things, like thinking about what things might be letting you might be holding you back or holding you down. But if it's something that you've been cranking, turning the gears, and if you can't seem to figure this thing out, how we were talking with Aquarius and networking, this might be something, Mercury deals with communication, talking about these problems, maybe networking with some people, like, hey, this could be maybe reaching out in a blog, or maybe reading some articles, or, even just talking to a friend. But just another something to think about there, Virgo. But I'm also feeling with this, just thinking about this, there's something with this energy with the public, because I don't know if it's like because I don't feel like this is going to resonate with everyone, but I feel like that if we did something, maybe in the past that, because the Six of Wands can also be like a card of fame, exposure, just being in the limelight and being, just having eyes on you at least. If we did something maybe in the past where, we might have, because listen, Virgo, again, it happens to the best of us. Maybe we're in our best space, maybe it was that office party, whatever. If we got caught in this place of where like our image might have been ruined and we're wondering like, how do I even get past this? What does that look like? Virgo, that's a tricky one, but I will say the one good way to maybe, if that's something that's resonating with you, reflect on what happened. Maybe this is something, especially if this is like you're a public figure, maybe making like putting out an apology if we're worried about how that image looks. But I just feel like that just maybe leaving it just open like that, or that's still carrying things along on, it's going to be hard to move on to a new chapter if we're still thinking about these old things, or if we still have some issues or some situations that we might have not dealt with yet. So I hope that makes sense, Virgo. Very very interesting start here. All right, Virgo, let's get some tea, and let's get another oracle on the mix. All right, Virgo. Interesting. Okay, so you got the third card of Scorpios here, which is the Friends card. And with this card, this is a card of friendships, group, soul tribe, third person, contact, relate, network, show up, hang out, meet in person, social media, interpersonal relationships, togetherness, and friendliness. And Virgo, something that I was thinking about while I was shuffling, you just kind of, the censure and like the humiliation kind of popped out again. I feel like this is too, just kind of now that the friends have popped up. One, being mindful of who do we have in our soul tribe? Are they bringing us up, or is it just a lot of ridicule and like shutdowns and like not even like, because I feel like there's a difference between just criticism and constructive criticism. It's like if it's one thing to just like, let's say if you had like an idea for a thing, or like let's say if you had like an idea for a project or like a hobby or things, and like you got someone's opinion. If they're just like, Virgo, that's stupid, why would you do that, this is not the time, just negative after negative after negative after negative, that's definitely would be a situation where I'm like, what, take what resonates with you and leave the rest with them. But if same thing can apply to this next situation, but I feel like we want to be surrounded by people who more so are like, hey, Virgo, I've noticed this. Have you considered this option or this option? We want people who are going to provide value. We just don't want people who are just going to just break you down and just lower your vibration again. We want someone who's like, where, hey, had you considered this? Give you some little food for thought. So just something to be mindful, just something to think about there, Virgo. But I'm also kind of feeling, again, with this, if we've been feeling that life has not been going our way, if we just can't seem to get ahead of this thing, this might be something too, Virgo. Again, maybe reach out to someone, maybe ask their opinions, find those people who are are close to us and that we feel okay being vulnerable with, and sharing these insecurities, these doubts, these fears and things. Because sometimes just like even just getting them out, even if it's just like, hey, can I just talk at you for a little bit? Like, I don't even want any advice. I just need to get this off my chest. Sometimes that even is just, it can just be liberating, Virgo. But another thing too, even thinking with this six of wands here, this is like, I mean, look at these people. They're out here celebrating, Virgo. And for some of us, I feel like if we've been in the place where it's just been, maybe we've just been kind of grinding for a while, and it just had no time to make time for maybe like leisure, maybe like travel with the Six of Swords, or I mean, honestly, the Six of Wands too. I feel like that, maybe going to, we didn't necessarily have to travel to see some friends, but it's just like, maybe doing some fun things for yourself, going to hang out, maybe going to like, I don't know, pick something you're passionate about, Virgo. Do you like, I was actually talking with someone I'm thinking about looking at for like a Scrabble group or something along those lines, or maybe you want to join like an art group, or maybe do like a community thing, whatever. But, this could be, just great energy as well to just like, do some more fun things for yourself and just like make just more time for leisure, but let's get some tarot on this. All right, Virgo, so we got the Knight of Wands here. So we got Knight of Wands and Four of Cups upright, and then we have Four of Pentacles in reverse here. And honestly, with this Four of Pentacles, kind of like what I was talking about with if we've been feeling just kind of restricted and just been kind of just maybe really focused on the grind and on the growth and things where, building our foundation and stuff, where yes, Virgo, that's absolutely important, getting that financial security, maybe we're thinking about getting like a house or something along those lines. But I feel like it's finding that balance, whereas yes, we have, security spans more than just like, past your finances and then like the material things. It's experiences as well, that's and having fun, and building friends, this is all part of that reservoir there. And I feel like, Virgo, just, you see how this Ace of Cups has been, might be how this girl's ignoring this Ace of Cups here. This might be, I feel like for some of us, if if people have been trying to reach out to you, just like, hey, Virgo, like you want to go out and maybe, I don't know, maybe go grab a drink, or maybe you want to go chill in a park. And if we've been just kind of in our headspace there, Virgo, I feel like Knight of Wands is saying, let's get out there, let's go have some fun, let's go create bonds with people, because the Knight of Wands, he rules the first two decans of Leo and the last of Cancer. And Leo energy is all about having fun, creativity, definitely, maybe even a little romance there, Virgo, while you're at it. Who knows where maybe one of these friends might lead to. But, and then you think about Cancerian energy, about the home, Four of Cups, Moon in Cancer. When you think about Cancerian energy, it's like, finding those people that we bond with. And the fact that you're getting, I'm just even looking at this, Virgo, it's like you got matching sixes here and matching fours. So it's like, I really feel like it's like, finding these people that we vibe with, and like, and it just, maybe it's like, because maybe some of us too, like I'm getting a lot here, Virgo, maybe some of us have been feeling like that life has been just sort of like meh, like there's not, it's just, there hasn't been anything to look forward to. And maybe we've just been staying in the same old type of comfort zone. But really, there's something here about just like kind of like shaking things up a little bit, maybe like let your hair down, just go take the headphones off and really just kind of plug into nature, really tune into the things around you, and just, and finding those people, when I was talking about getting back to that matching numbers here, finding people and maybe situations as well, different hobbies and things that resonate with you, that match up, that align with what you want to do in life. I'm just carving out more moments for that, Virgo. And I hope that makes sense. But let's get some more tea and get your last card here, Virgo. Looks like your higher self's trying to get you out here quick, Virgo. I'm with it. What a lovely ending that is, Virgo. You got the sixth card of Taurus here, which is the Anam-Cara card. I really enjoy this card. This is a card of unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, and infinite love. And Virgo, I really, this is where the energies are kind of feeling that for you. It's like I feel like there's a need to just like connect with others, and however that might look like. Maybe going out on a date if we've been thinking about if we've been kind of cooped up in the house too long, possibly, because even Four of Cups is the Moon in Cancer. The Moon rules Cancer, but both of them are associated with the fourth house, which is about ancestry, family, roots, and things. But I feel like if we've been just caught up in that space, letting others in, like I feel like it's fine to even just be a homebody, Virgo. It's not like you got to go out and get drinks, for example, but I feel like it's just, even if we're just hosting something or maybe just going to a friend's place, however this is looking like, but I just feel like there's this need for maybe some more love in our lives, whether this, this can be, whether this is people, maybe this is a hobby, maybe this can be with like our career. Maybe we've been feeling humiliated at work. Maybe we haven't been able to make the friends that we want to. And it's like, how do we fix that? A lot of questions that we can ask ourselves here, Virgo, but I do feel like that. And you know what? We'll go even a little bit deeper, Virgo. How's your relationship with yourself? Like, are you friends with yourself? Do you love you unconditionally? And then if not, what can we do about that, Virgo? What actions can we take? What can we do to, what things do you love? And then let's start doing that stuff, because what better way to fill yourself up with that love and unconditional love than to do things that you love, to treat yourself, be kind to the body, listen to the body and listen to the things that it wants from you, and be devoted to that always, because outside of maybe like our partners, maybe that are, if we have people living in our space, you are with you all the time, Virgo. And if you don't love you all the time, then we gotta, because here's the thing. When we think about unconditional love, Virgo, it's loving all aspects of yourself, even the unsavory ones, even the ones that we might shame ourselves for, that we ridicule, and all of those things. It's accepting that version of yourself, and you give them love and light. You nurture that person, because that version of you needs that space. There's some healing that might want to be done there, and then when we do, we just become that much more whole, Virgo. This is beautiful. I see you. Let's get some tarot on this. I love it. Oh, this is Aquarius energy. Yeah. Okay. I love Virgo, because you got the Star card here in reverse here. And then we got your card. Well, one of your cards, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and this is the Sun in Virgo. And again, if this is with people or if this is with ourselves, I feel like that there's a connection that needs to be made. There's something that can, if we were to, I feel like if we were to work on those connections that really matter to us, Virgo, show appreciation for, and what I mean like that, like showing like the investing in that, it's like maybe if you have like some people, some best friends or some friends in your life that are family, whatever's, that were there for you in a tough time, or when we were in some pillory, maybe, just sending them a text, maybe, giving them a phone call, maybe even sending an email, or if you're feeling old school, Virgo, maybe even write a letter. I like that. But just checking in with the connections that we have, seeing how, and not even just checking in with our connections, and I feel like too, seeing how we connect with others, and what that looks like, and if we've been maybe stuck in, like, because you're represented by the Hermit, Virgo, and if we've been in Hermit mode for a little while, maybe been a little too focused on ourselves and things, then it's nice to get out every now and again, Virgo, or to even just to communicate, if we haven't even what I mean? If we've just been kind of confined in things. But yeah, there's something here about really, just making this connection, because making this connection, because maybe there's even some like healing that could be done in this. And I feel like this is getting a little bit more so in with like connecting with yourself, Virgo, and seeing how do we love every aspect of ourselves, the fun, you know, friend, the side that the friends get to see all the time, and the sides that they don't see. And if there's, you know, again, if there's some area that you're noticing that disconnect, let's work on that, Virgo. Don't avoid it. And because I know it can look hard, or it can be hard when we face these things, but we're not perfect, Virgo, but that's the beauty of it. We're working towards that. You know, we're trying to get to our highest vibration. So yeah, just something to think about there, Virgo. All right, Virgo, last little bit here. Interesting. Okay, last card here. You got the Five of Swords in reverse here. You know what? Let's switch back over, Virgo, because I mean, more Aquarius energy all day. So, and you know what? Sometimes I feel like with Aquarius energy, because they have such brilliant minds, Virgo, and you do too. You're ruled by Mercury. So I feel like sometimes we can get kind of caught up in our heads when we think about relationships. You know, we feel that maybe people won't accept us for who we are, or maybe, you know, they can, or, you know, this could be this too, you too, Virgo. Maybe we're having troubles accepting parts of ourselves, but when we stop fighting that more, and I feel like more so kind of with like this in a personal level, when we stop fighting against ourselves and not making these more darker sides of ourselves, like or these like maybe areas that need growth, and not look at them as an enemy, but look at them as an ally, where it's just like, okay, all right, I see you. I got eyes on you. What do you need right now? What are you trying to say? You know, what healing is trying to come from this? Because, you know, maybe some of us, because, you know, before the star is a tower, you know, maybe some of us had this realization that there could be some love, you know, and it might have had us feeling some kind of way. But after the star is the moon, and when we go to face those shadow aspects of ourselves, it can seem scary, can feel like a lot. And Virgo, take your time with it. Work on these things as they make sense. You know, like if you tackle a certain amount, and then if it gets too much, put it on the side. You've done great work. You remember how we're talking about, look at how far you've come, because you've leveled up from that moment till now. So, and I just feel like if we just stop at that conflict inside of us, I lost my train of thought there for a second, but I found it. You know, after we put in that work and do that shadow work, after the moon is the sun, you know, getting to that happiness, that fulfillment. Six of Wands all day, that victory. So, all right, Virgo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. That was an interesting reading there, but I love, you know, self-love to the max. And you know, it's interesting, Virgo, because Venus is in Cancer right now, and that's forming a sextile with wherever you have your Virgo placement. So, and when I think about the Empress, man, the Empress has been hard at work. Venus, when it comes, I feel like especially Venus in Cancer, relationships have been big in the energies here lately. I feel like there's a lot of reevaluation with others and with ourselves. So, but this can be an easier time for you, Virgo, because the sextile energy is an easy flow. You just got to put in that work. You put in that effort, you know, face these things, then it does higher self. Star card opens up new routes for you. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Virgo. So if something resonated with you, you know, give it a thumbs up. And you know what better way to start if you've been thinking about communicating with friends? You know, maybe you know a friend who might be going through something like this. Share that with them. You know, good way to connect. You're welcome, Virgo. I got you. But yeah, if you know someone who maybe they went through a weird situation, or maybe there's something with some friends, or maybe just need to work on some self-love, absolutely share that. And then, you know, when you're done, tell all these people that you're networking with, because Virgo, your networking skills are on point here. Tell all these people to subscribe, hit that bell button, to get notified on all these videos each week. And then something to meditate on, Virgo. Been on this meditation app for a long time, and I started a group. It's Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration, and it's just a group to drop positive affirmations, encouraging messages, talk about your journey. How where you might have had some conflicts, maybe some doubts and things, but talk about how you grew from that, Virgo. How you put in that work, because both Four of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. That's we working hard, Virgo. And then but as the group, I was like, where am I at? But as that group grows, definitely want to do some, because you can schedule different meditations on there. So just definitely, Virgo, come on over. And then lastly, you got one little Cancerian card here, but been a pretty strong card of Cancers actually. Let me stop that. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever, Virgo, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. Network with some Cancers. I do videos Monday through Friday there, and what a great energy that would be. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. Ooh, and all the housekeeping, you're ahead of yourself. Down in the description box below. Let me get your surprise card, bro, because I can get you out of here. Yeah, get you out of here, and thinking about what your next steps are in this. You got the Two of Wands here upright. And, Virgo, with the Two of Wands, you see how he's holding this, the world in his hand? I feel like that for some, Virgo, I just even thought of something even bigger. For some of you, I feel like it's like getting out there if we've been meaning to socialize. I feel like for even if we're focusing on like ourselves. Let's get to work, Virgo. Because here's we can make this decision to either stay stuck and to criticize this side of us, to try to block the unsavory sides of ourselves, or we can choose to face them head on and grow and see what transformative energy, Scorpio energy, can. When we do that transformation, I like that. Just thinking with Taurus, because you got even a lot of fixed energy here, Virgo. But how do we get that security in our lives? But even bigger, Virgo, yours is a sign of service. On top of being, because you know how to raise just you find all the ways to improve others. And so if we've been thinking about maybe something on a larger scale, how can we spread this, share this love? I love it. How can we share this love on a grander scale? Networking, getting out there, maybe finding some people, because Virgo, you really are, when you do the work, Virgo, man, it's amazing. I feel that if you're doing it on a grand scale, don't feel like you have to do it all by yourself. Because listen, I know where you may have a certain way because I feel like Virgos are very particular in how they want things done, and that's fine. But try not to let that get in the way of your vision. You know what I mean? Let's just try to network, but compromise in this. And then Virgo, nourish that dream, and even if we're not dreaming on like a, as far as like a collective level, even if it's just on an individual level, with this nourishment card being in reverse, absolutely nourish yourself. You see the Star card here, we had some healing that we needed to do. And the Star card can also be a card of unexpected help, asking for help in this stuff. So if we even find if we're having troubles with this nourishment, of raising our vibrations, don't feel like you got to do it by yourself, Virgo. We're a team. This is it's a soul tribe. So, all right, I like that, Virgo. That was beautiful. So thanks for that. That was lovely energy that you brought here. So I'll leave that there. You stay safe out there. With this, just with pillars, especially with that pillory. Let's be mindful of any kind of, just be mindful, Virgo, and raise that vibration through the roof, because that's, again, whether it's yours or the soul tribes or the world, Virgo, I don't care. I'm a support it either way. Raise that vibration through the roof. And I will to the stars. Love it. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.